Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2010 format. On one side, we've got the Dialga and Garchomp level X deck going up against the Magnezone level X deck on the other side, so we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Dialga side, we've got Dialga as the active Pokemon with the Garchomp on the bench, and on the Magnezone side, we've got Spiritomb as the active Pokemon with the Magnemite on the bench. The Spiritomb side is going first, equipping a Lightning Energy onto Magnemite and playing Unknown Q to their bench, activating its ability to equip itself onto Spiritomb to give it a free retreat cost. And then the attack is declared, Darkness Grace. It's a free attack, letting the player search their deck for any evolution card to evolve one of their benched Pokemon. So Magnemite evolves into Magneton, and Spiritomb takes 10 damage. And on the Dialga side, the player equips a special metal energy onto Dialga and plays Uxie to their bench, activating their Pokepower setup, letting them draw until they have 7 cards in hand. Next, activate the supporter Cyrus's Conspiracy, searching their deck for a basic metal energy, BB Search, and their next card is going to be Energy Gain, all coming into the hand. Although Energy Gain cannot be played this turn, because Spiritomb's Keystone Seal Pokebody prevents all trainer cards from being played except for supporters and stadiums. Okay, so no attack comes through, the turn passes over to the Magnezone side. The player equips a second Lightning Energy onto Magneton, and then activates her supporter Pokemon Collector, searching the deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon to add to their hand. They're going to be choosing another Magnemite, a Baltoy, and a Chansey, which all immediately come down onto the bench. And now the Magnezone player nearly has a full bench. No other cards are played, they go straight for their attack. Another Darkness Grace, evolving their benched Baltoy into a Claydol, and now Spiritomb takes 10 more damage for using the attack. Turn passes over to the Dialga side once again, so let's see what they can do for this turn. The player starts off by using their supporter BB Search, swapping out one of the cards from their hand for any Pokemon from their deck, and the one chosen is going to be Dialga level X. Okay, the active Dialga levels up into its level X form, activating its Pokebody Time Crystal, which shuts off all other Pokebodies in the field, meaning that Spiritomb's Keystone Seal ability is deactivated, letting the player equip the Energy Gain onto Garchomp. Energy Gain reduces the attack cost of all SP Pokemon attacks by 1 colorless energy. A second energy was equipped onto Dialga, and then it attacks with Deafen, hitting for 10 damage, and now the Magnezone side cannot use any trainer cards for their turn. The Magnezone player uses Claydol's Cosmic Power ability to draw until they have 6 cards in hand, and they also equipped a Metal Energy onto Magneton. Their supporter is going to be Roseanne's Research, searching the deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon or basic energy cards. And the 2 cards chosen are going to be 2 Lightning Energies coming into the hand. Also, the player did bench a second Spiritomb, so now they've got a completely full bench. There's the attack, a third Darkness Grace to once again evolve one of their benched Pokemon. So Magneton finally evolves into Magnezone, and it is fully powered up to start attacking on the following turn. Okay, on the Dialga side, the player benches a second Garchomp, and the Metal Energy comes down to the first Garchomp. No other cards are played, there's the attack, Deafen, hitting for another 10 damage, and once again, the Magnezone player cannot use any trainer cards. Magnezone equips a Lightning Energy onto Magnemite, and Claydol activates Cosmic Power, although the Dialga side uses Power Spray to completely negate that ability, so the player cannot draw any cards this turn. Spiritomb retreats for free using Unknown, sending up the new Spiritomb, which then attacks with Darkness Grace. So it looks like Magnezone did not attack this turn, opting to use another turn to evolve one of their Pokemon. So the second Magnemite evolves into Magneton. The Dialga player activates Pokemon Collector, searching their deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon to add to their hand, choosing a Baltoy, Unknown Q, and another Uxie, all coming into the hand. So we might be seeing all 3 Pokemon play down this turn. Okay, first Unknown Q comes down, which also activates its ability, same as the other side, equipping itself onto Uxie to give it a free retreat cost. And next Baltoy comes down. First the player is just making some space on their bench. Okay, and there's the second Uxie coming down, activating its setup Poke Power, letting the player draw until they have 7 cards in hand. So there's the cards being drawn. A double colorless energy is equipped to the benched Garchomp, so it is fully powered up to use either one of its attacks. Oh, and it looks like the Dialga is going to be retreating by paying its retreat cost to promote Garchomp. So the player must have the Garchomp level X in hand. And yes, they do. Garchomp level X comes down. It's got a really powerful attack called Dragon Rush. Yeah, Dragon Rush is declared. It does have to discard 2 energy to be used, but it can target down any of the opponent's Pokemon to hit it for 80 damage. So Magnezone was attacked, and Dialga takes the first prize of the game. Although unfortunately, Garchomp cannot use Dragon Rush in consecutive turns. The Magnezone player attaches the Warp Energy onto Spiritomb to force it out of the active spot to promote Magnezone, and it evolves into its level X form. Claydol activates Cosmic Power, and this time there is no Power Spray to negate it, letting the player finally draw until they have 6 cards in hand with its ability. Another Roseanne's Research is played to once again search the deck for any combination of up to 2 basic energy or basic Pokemon. And the player chose 2 Magnemite to add to their hand. It looks like they're hoping to replace the Magneton that was lost on the previous turn. A Pokemon Communication is played, swapping out one of the Magnemite from their hand for Blissey from the deck. Blissey is going to be the main healer in this deck with its Poke Power Nurse Call. An Expert Belt is equipped onto the active Magnezone to give it 20 more HP and 20 extra attack power. And there's the attack, Cyber Shock, hitting for 100 damage, discarding a Lightning Energy and a Metal Energy, but also automatically paralyzing Garchomp. So Garchomp cannot attack or retreat on their turn. And now on the Dialga side, let's see what the player can do. Oh, they're going to be using Poke Turn, which can be used to completely heal the Garchomp by picking it up into the player's hand. The second Garchomp comes up into the active spot, which then immediately levels up into Garchomp level X. It gets its own double colorless energy. And there's the energy gain, so we will be seeing a second Dragon Rush coming through this turn. Garchomp comes back onto the bench, and the Baltoy evolves into Claydol, which activates Cosmic Power. There's a couple of cards drawn, and now both sides have access to Claydol's Poke Power. Actually, wait, never mind. Forget I just said that. Dragon Rush immediately knocks out the opposing Claydol. And now the Dialga side is down to 4 prizes to Magnezone's 6. Magnezone equips Lightning Energy onto the active Pokemon, and then it activates its Poke Power Super Connectivity, getting back a discarded Metal Energy at the cost of taking 10 damage. A Magnemite comes down onto the bench, and the player activates the Supporter Judge, so both players have to shuffle away their hands to draw 4 new cards. There's the 4 cards drawn. Any other cards coming through for the Magnezone side? No, they're going straight for the attack. Another Cyber Shock, once again discarding a Metal Energy and a Lightning Energy, hitting Garchomp for 100 damage and paralyzing it. On the Dialga side, Claydol starts off by using Cosmic Power, and they're going to be drawing 2 cards. Oh, and it looks like they got another Poke Turn to once again pick up Garchomp to promote the benched one. Do they have another double colorless energy? Okay, it levels up into Garchomp level X. There's the energy gain. And yes, they did. They drew into the 3rd double colorless energy for another Dragon Rush, hitting the newly benched Magnemite, not giving the player any chances to set up a second Magnezone. Now Dialga has taken 3 prizes. Magnezone is in a really tough spot as all the damage they have dealt over the previous 3 turns have all been healed away. Okay, they equip some more energy onto Magnezone and activate the supporter Felicity's Drawing to draw some cards out of their deck. And now Blissey activates Nurse Call, discarding a card from their hand to heal 20 damage off of Magnezone. And there's the attack, another Cyber Shock. Discarding the energy again to paralyze Garchomp and hitting it for 100 damage. Does the player have another Poke turn? Okay, they don't have a Poke turn, but they do have a War Point, forcing both players to swap out their active Pokemon. So Dialga's going to be promoting Uxie. Okay, they're going to be promoting the one with the unknown that has the free retreat cost. And Magnezone is promoting Spiritomb. Uxie will be retreating for free now to send Garchomp back into the active spot. It is no longer paralyzed, and the Dragon Rush counter was reset, so it can be used on this turn. There's the next double colorless energy, and Claydol activates Cosmic Power once again. So Dialga's in a great spot. They got 4 double colorless energy all in a row. There's the next Dragon Rush hitting the active Spiritomb to take the 4th prize, while Magnezone has not taken anything yet. They have not even dealt enough damage to take any KOs yet, because everything keeps getting healed by Poke turn. But they might be taking their first prize this turn. Okay, a Metal Energy was equipped from the hand, and the second one comes through with the Super Connectivity, so Magnezone does take 10 damage, and now Blissey activates Nurse Call, healing 20 damage off the bench Spiritomb. No other cards are played, and there's the attack. Looks like they're going to be using Gyro Ball this time, hitting for 80 damage and finally taking their first KO. Gyro Ball also switches out Magnezone for Spiritomb, and on the Dialga side, Uxie comes up as the new active Pokemon. The Dialga player equips the Metal Energy onto Dialga and benches a second unknown, equipping onto the benched Uxie. And now they're activating their supporter Cyrus's Conspiracy to search for another 3 cards from their deck. Another energy gain, Cyrus's Conspiracy, and a Psychic Energy all coming into the hand. So we'll probably be seeing this energy gain coming down into the Dialga, so it can start using its attack. Yep, there's the energy gain coming down. Uxie is going to be retreating for free, and Dialga is going to be the new active Pokemon. Before the attack comes through, Claydol activates Cosmic Power to draw 1 card from the deck. And there's the attack, Deafen, hitting for 10 damage, and now the Magnezone side is locked out of their trainer cards for the turn. Spiritomb is going to be retreating to promote Magnezone. The player equips Lightning Energy onto Magnezone, and Blissey activates Nurse Call to heal 20 damage off of Spiritomb. And there's the attack, Cyber Shock, hitting Dialga for 100 damage. And it's going to be paralyzing it, so Dialga cannot retreat or attack during their turn, unless the player can get it out of the active spot. The Dialga side puts down Bronzong as their new Pokemon on the bench, which activates its Poke Power Galactic Switch, moving a Metal Energy off of Dialga and putting it onto Garchomp. Bronzong also takes 20 damage for using that ability. And yeah, there we see another Poke turn, picking up the Dialga, completely healing all the damage off of it. And Garchomp comes back into the active spot. It gets another Metal Energy, the energy gain, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing its level X coming down. Okay, Dialga comes back onto the bench. And yeah, there's Garchomp level X. It activates Healing Breath, healing all the damage off of Bronzong. And Cosmic Power is activated by Claydol once again to draw 3 cards from the deck. There's the attack, Dragon Rush, targeting the opponent's Spiritomb to take another knockout. And Garchomp also discards both of its energy cards, so Dialga is down to 1 more prize remaining to Magnezone's 5. Magnezone really has to get back into this game. Magnezone activates Super Connectivity Poke Power, but it is negated by the Power Spray, so it does not get any energy. It attacks with Cyber Shock, hitting Garchomp for 100 damage, at the cost of discarding its remaining energy cards. On the Dialga side, let's see what they can do. Another Cyrus's Conspiracy is played to search their deck for Psychic Energy. Another Cyrus. Oh, and another Poke Turn! I believe it's going to be their fourth one, but it is going to be enough to pick up this Garchomp to completely heal it of all its damage, once again robbing the Magnezone side of a KO. Garchomp is picked up to promote Dialga. Dialga gets its energy gain back. And a special metal energy. It also levels up into its level X form. And then Claydol activates Cosmic Power. The player puts a couple of cards to the bottom of their deck to draw just one card that time. And there's the attack, Deafen, hitting for 10 damage. And once again locking Magnezone out of trainer cards during their turn. Magnezone does need at least 2 energy to start attacking, so first they activate Super Connectivity to get a discarded metal energy back. Blissey uses Nurse's Call to heal 20 damage off of Magnezone, and do they have the that lightning energy in hand? No, they don't! They did not have the second energy to start attacking, so they have to pass. The Dialga player equips a Psychic Energy onto the benched Garchomp, and then it activates Cyrus's Conspiracy. The player searches out Aaron's Collection as their next supporter, and another energy gain. And it looks like that was it. There's no more basic energy cards in deck to search out. Next, Claydol activates Cosmic Power to draw 1 card from the deck. And there's the attack. Deafen, which does no damage this time because a special metal energy does protect Magnezone from 10 damage, but it does still lock out the player from using their trainer cards. Lightning energy finally comes down to Magnezone, and then it activates Super Connectivity to get back a metal energy. It does take 10 damage from using the ability. And there's the attack. Cyber Shock, discarding the lightning and metal energies to hit Dialga for, I believe, 90 damage this time because it does have the special metal energy, but it is still paralyzed, so Dialga will not be able to attack this turn. And the player does not have any more Poke Turns to get Dialga out of the active spot. The player does activate Aaron's Collection, searching their discard pile for 2 metal energy to add back into their hand. The metal energy comes down onto the benched Garchomp. Next, Claydol activates Cosmic Power, putting some cards to the bottom of the deck to draw 1 card. And next, Bronzong activates Galactic Switch, getting the metal energy off of Dialga and putting it onto Garchomp. So it looks like they are going to be letting their Dialga get knocked out, but they're trying to conserve its energy. Yeah, there's the pass of the turn. Over to the Magnezone side. The player uses Pokemon Communication to swap out a Magnezone from their hand for any Pokemon from the deck. The one chosen is going to be a Magnemite, although they do have to be careful not to put it into play because it might be targeted by Garchomp for their final prize. The player equips the Lightning Energy onto Magnezone, and then it activates its Super Connectivity, getting back the Metal Energy. And then Blissey activates Nurse Call to heal 20 damage off of Magnezone, and there's the attack. This time it's going to be Gyro Ball, hitting for 80 damage to take the KO, and Magnezone takes their second prize. The Dialga player promotes Uxie as their next Pokemon. And then they activate Energy Gain to equip it onto their benched Garchomp. So if the Magnezone player is not going to be benching any new Pokemon, they have to take a knockout against either this Magnezone or this Blissey. And it looks like Blissey is going to be the best bet because it has fewer HP. But it looks like they don't have the play lined up yet, so Uxie will be retreating to promote the second Uxie the one with the unknown G. And that's going to be it. No attack comes through from the Dialga side. On the Magnezone side, the player activates another Super Conductivity, getting back a Lightning Energy. And Nurse Call heals 20 damage off of Magnezone. And Magnezone attacks with Gyro Ball, hitting for 80 damage to take the KO. And that's 3 prizes taken, so it looks like Magnezone is finally getting back into the game. So let's just hope that it's not too little too late. Okay, Garchomp comes back into the active spot. Garchomp levels up into its level X form. And that activates Healing Breath, healing the 20 damage off of Bronzong, and the player activates Judge, forcing both players to shuffle away their hands to draw 4 cards apiece. So in order for the Dialga player to take their final KO, they do have to target down this Blissey with 2 attacks. But they do have to be in consecutive turns, because if they don't attack consistently, Blissey can just heal the damage off with its Nurse Call Poke Power. Okay, the Dialga player activated Night Maintenance, searching their discard pile for Garchomp and Garchomp level X to shuffle back into their deck. So it looks like they are going to be expecting this active one to get KO'd, so they're going to be trying to set up their benched one. The player also puts Driftblim onto their bench, and then activating Claydol's Poke Power to draw 5 cards from their deck. Bronzong activates Galactic Switch, moving the Psychic Energy off of Garchomp onto... where's it going to go? Okay, onto the Driftblim. So setting it up as a potential attacker, just in case this Garchomp can take the knockout. There's the attack, Dragon Rush, targeting the Blissey for 80 damage. But like I said earlier, Blissey does have a lot of HP. It does need 2 attacks to take it down. Blissey uses Nurse Call to heal 20 damage off of itself. So if it can keep healing all this damage off of itself, it will not be able to be KO'd by Garchomp. Magnezone gets another Metal Energy onto itself, and it attacks with Cyber Shock, hitting Garchomp for 100 damage. So unless this player can take a KO against this Blissey during this turn, they might not be able to get back into this game. Oh, actually, they have exactly what they need, a Warp Energy to force the Garchomp to switch out of the active spot, meaning it is no longer paralyzed. The player also promotes Yuxi, as it does have a free retreat cost, and then they activate Bronzong's Galactic Switch to move the Psychic Energy off of Driftblim back onto Garchomp to fully power up its Dragon Rush attack. Yuxi retreats to promote Garchomp, and that's going to be the game. Okay, Bronzong takes its 20 damage, and there's the attack, Dragon Rush, discarding the rest of its energy to take the final KO against Blissey to take the final prize. And there's the handshake. Dialga is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.